Good morning, Colorado. Welcome to Tuesday edition of Local Biz Buzz. I'm your host, Larry Hers, and today in studio I have Rachel from the Sweecret Ingredient. Welcome.
Hi, Larry. Thanks for having me.
What? You think I said it wrong? You busted my chops already, Josh.
Always.
Sweecret. Sweecret.
That's it. You
I
got
said
it.
right. Meanwhile, this cake is right in front of me, and the smell, I'm like, can I just have one bite? We didn't even bring a knife to cut it.
It's delicious.
Cookies and cream?
Yes, it is, of course.
Welcome. Give us a little history of you and your bakery.
Sure. So I'm actually a Colorado native. I grew up in Littleton and actually grew up baking with my mom.
Nice.
So that's where my passion was founded, and we made tons of cookies, cakes, cupcakes, anything that you can imagine. So that carried on to adulthood, and I've been baking for friends and family for the last few years, and finally decided it was time to start a business. So this is my passion project. I do have a full-time job.
What's your full-time job?
I am in the insurance and investments industry.
Okay.
But I love baking for people. I love watching people celebrate and getting a chance to enjoy food. So.
And what, was the macarons the first thing you started with?
So it actually was. I ended up, shameless plug, I took a class at Stir Cooking School about a year ago.
Don't know it.
Learned how to make the French macarons and just fell in love with them. They're delicious, they're customizable, and just started perfecting them.
I've never made one. I've never seen them made. I've heard they're kind of tricky.
Yeah,
Okay.
I've had a couple kitchen meltdowns and tears, but I've figured it out now, so I've got it.
Is it what's tricky about it? And what's the basic ingredient of a macaron?
Yeah, so 4 ingredients are almond flour, powdered sugar, granulated sugar, and egg whites. What's tricky is you have to get the meringue stage correct, which is kind of what builds air into the cookie, lets it rise in the oven. And then you have to get something called the macaronage stage correct, which is the mixing of the dry ingredients with the wet ingredients. You have to get it to the perfect consistency, and then your oven has to cooperate, which is a challenge as well sometimes. So
Once you have it, do you have it once you have a system, or do you still make mistakes?
Mistakes will happen.
Okay.
This is a very finicky cookie, but I've pretty much got it down. It's rare for me to have a whole batch be ruined. So
Well, let's jump into the macarons.
Sure.
Since you brought them up. What flavors do we got here?
yeah, so we have the blue one is the salted caramel. We have the purple one is the white chocolate raspberry. It actually has a homemade raspberry jam in the center. The darker green is a spiced pear. That one's a cinnamon buttercream with a spiced pear jam in the center as well.
Where are you getting the spiced pear jam from?
I make it.
You're making the jam to make the...
To make the max. Yep.
Wow.
Make everything at home. And then we also have a lighter sage color over here.
And this one?
Yep, it's this one right over here. This is a maple whiskey. So what I've shown here is we have 2 of our most popular flavors, the white chocolate raspberry and the salted caramel. The spiced pear is a seasonal flavor. And then the maple whiskey is just something that someone can request. So I customize flavors as well.
Crazy.
Yeah, they're delicious. One thing I love about macarons is you can choose the color, choose the flavor, completely customize it for your event. And so that's one of the reasons why I love this cookie.
Do you think this is... So they're French, right? In France, are they doing crazy flavors like we seem to be doing here, or they keep it standard?
You know, I'm not
Yeah.
sure, to be
Because
honest.
everybody keeps coming up with crazy stuff. I don't know if you know Black Knife Bakery.
I've looked her up, yep.
Yeah, she's going crazy with stuff
She has
like...
incredible flavors.
Yeah, and she's like, basically I can make anything into macaron.
Yeah, you really can. You just have to know how to piece flavors together, so.
Let's jump into this guy, which is tempting me.
So that one's our Snickerdoodle Cupcake.
What other kind of cupcakes do you make?
So I stick with the standard traditional cupcakes. So we have red velvet, we have white chocolate with the raspberry center. I do dark chocolate with peanut butter. You can do an Oreo buttercream. So I just try to keep the basic flavors, and then we can kind of spice it up.
Okay. And you make cookies too?
Cookies as well, yep. And similar to the cupcakes, I find it that most people want the standard different flavors. So that is our dark chocolate, white chocolate chip cookie. I also do a peanut butter oatmeal chocolate chip cookie, which
Let's
is
crack this
delicious.
bad boy open. Oh, good.
Yeah.
That's what I was hoping
All
for.
of my cookies are super soft in the center.
Chewy. I just don't understand
Yeah.
the crunchy cookie thing. It's just...
Neither
no.
do I. It's not my
Right?
thing.
Like, who
Not
really
my
likes
thing.
to break their tooth on a cookie? I'm sorry, that's just who I am. I like chewy.
Yes.
And on to cakes.
On to cakes. So this is our cookies and cream cake. It has an Oreo buttercream with a fudge and cookie crumble center. This is a 3-tier 6-inch cake, runs about anywhere from $35 or so, just depending on what people want in the center. And it serves, we're from America, so we have big slices.
Yes, we are
So it
disgusting.
serves probably 8 to 10 about.
And what other kind of cake choices do you got?
So cakes are all custom for me. Yeah,
Okay.
so whatever a customer would like, we find a way to make it happen.
What kind of lead time do you need?
So cakes, I typically need about 2 weeks. Make sure I have all the ingredients and different things to put on top of the cakes. Macarons and other orders, right now it's about 4 days notice. Yes, that's so minimum order is 18, comes in a box of 18.
And what are you charging for 18?
That's $36, so it's $2 a mac.
Very reasonable.
Pretty reasonable.
And then they get to pick their flavors, or is just from the flavors that you have available?
Yep, so everything is custom. So they
Okay.
get to pick their flavors. With 18, you get to choose 2 different flavors.
Okay.
So,
if
and
they
then-
want more flavors, is it an extra charge, or?
Yep, so it's I can do 6 for each flavor, so every 6 you can add something else to the mix.
Okay. And where do they get your products?
Yep, so I have a website. It is www.sweecret, it's SWEECRET ingredient.com. And then I'm also on Instagram as well.
Very nice. Do we want to mention your husband?
My husband is here. He's been a huge support.
Does he want to come on camera?
No, he's shaking his head no.
I thought we could peer pressure him into
I know,
it.
he's behind the scenes. But he does, he tastes everything. He's from the South, so he has great taste buds, and so everything is delicious.
I can't believe he didn't fall for that.
I know.
Usually it works every time. Rachel, thanks for coming in. Pleasure to meet you.
Thanks, Larry.
Give her a follow on Instagram and I'm glad I opened this. Look at that. I don't know if you guys love Snickerdoodle like I do. I don't think I've ever had a Snickerdoodle cupcake.
Well, now's your first try.
We'll see you tomorrow for another episode of Local Biz Buzz. And then today on What's for Lunch, we have Smokin' Dave's Barbecue. Rachel, let's eat.
Let's eat.
Oh, hell yeah, dude.